Welcome to Back to Health, the official podcast of Healing Hands of Manahawkin. Our goal is to inspire and empower you with expert insights, real-life stories, and practical tips to help you take control of your health. Together, we'll explore simple, effective ways to live a healthier, happier life with integrity, sincerity, and the utmost compassion. Let's get started on your journey back to health. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Nicole Bonner, and we are at Back to Health podcast episode number 2. And we have one of the most beautiful people that I think I've ever met, Miss Erin Persia, here with us. And she is a local massage therapist to Manahawkin in the LBI area. So Erin, welcome to our Back to Health podcast. I'm super excited to have you today. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here.
Good. I'm glad. I'm excited to have you. So let's go ahead and jump on in. So why don't you just tell our audience just a little bit about you and, how did you get into massage?
That's a great question. So I am a mom of 4. I have been massaging for about 15 years. And I truly believe that that the universe just puts things in your path that are supposed to happen. I accidentally, this is how I remember it. So if my parents watch this, they might remember it differently. But I accidentally applied for massage school. I was in high school and I was at one of those like college fairs where you just like walk around the auditorium and like fill out. I didn't take it serious at all. I was just like with my friends, we were goofing off. I was just like filling out a bunch of different applications for schools, and I got a notification in the mail that I was accepted to massage school, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll go to massage school. And my parents were like, it's so far away. I lived in Franklinville, which is an hour from Mount Laurel. They were like, you're never going to go to school, like you're not going to do it. And I was like, I don't know, I feel like I'm supposed to. And they were like, we think it's a bad idea. And then I got a scholarship for massage school. And I was like, all right, maybe I'm supposed to do this. I don't know why I would get accepted and then also get a scholarship. So I accidentally started massage school after I graduated high school.
Dang, that's awesome. That's an awesome story. And I'm right there with you, Erin. I do believe that we have a path or a destiny that, God leads us down and just opens doors. And I just feel like when those doors and those windows open, we're meant to step through them. So that's awesome. And I know that takes a lot of courage. So, so we met, so you started working in my office for a little bit, and also you were doing massage on the side, but soon after that, like your practice completely blew up. Like we didn't have to, we worked very hard for your practice to blow up. And that's because of your gift and that's because of your talent. Like people just naturally, like once they got one massage from you, that was it. You became their massage therapist, probably for life. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about why is that? Like, why are you so different from other therapists? Why does it feel so good when I get massaged by you versus other people?
This is something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. So ever since I started massage, I have just had this mindset. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like I'm meant to do this and I don't have any other thoughts in my mind. And I think that mindset plays a lot in how you go about life. So I've always thought I'm the best massage therapist, and I still believe that. But deeper down, I truly feel like I have this understanding of the human body that is just different than other massages that are given from other people. So when I do a massage, I actually feel time and space completely stop. It's like I'm in this flow of the universe where art happens. Like I think that sometimes artists say like they're doing art or like they're painting and drawing and they just lose track of time. That's how I feel when I'm massaging. I get into this space where it's just me and the energy of the body and the muscles, and it's like I'm doing like making a painting. I've had clients say it feels like you're dancing when you're doing this. It's like you're creating your own dance for my body. And I just listen to where the body calls me to, and I do exactly what it needs for each client. So every single massage is different. Every single massage that I give a person, like even if I give you a massage and then 2 weeks later I give you another massage, they're going to be different because your body calls me in different areas each time.
Mhm.
And I just follow the flow of the energy of where the body calls me. And I also make sure that I'm listening when the body is telling me things. So it could be like, I need you down here. I need you over here. I need this much pressure here, but let up and go deeper. And like I listen to the body and the way that the client is breathing and all of those things to kind of create a custom artwork for the client.
That's probably the best description that you could have made for your particular massage, because I've been massaged by you several times, and that is exactly what it feels like. And there have been times that you've massaged me, and you're like, "Uh-oh, we're going for 2 hours," and you lost, like we both lost total track of like space and time,
Yeah.
right? And I was only supposed to have like an hour and a half massage, and you were still like only halfway done at like 2 hours. It was crazy. So yeah, I get that. I get that. That's awesome. And I feel like that's where in all healthcare, in all healthcare, I feel like that's one area that is lacking. And not only in like whether it be massage or chiropractic or acupuncture, but like even in mainstream healthcare, like in medicine and stuff like that, I just feel like people are not present time with their patients.
Yep.
And that is something that I know at our office at Healing Hands in Manahawkin, we also, make sure that we say leaving our baggage at the back door.
Yep.
And, our team's allowed to pick it up if they want to when they leave, but they have to leave that baggage at the back door because the most important person is the person that's sitting in front of you.
Yep.
So that is absolutely true. That is what makes you so unique and different compared to other people. So, speaking about mainstream healthcare and medicine and things like that, I know you and I obviously we clicked right away because we have the same belief system about how the human body works, the function of the human body. And I think we also have the same belief system in only having to take medication when it is absolutely necessary, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, we believe that the body is a self-healing, self-regulating organism. And if we provide the right environment for the body is completely capable of healing itself. So a lot of times I find that people think about massage and even chiropractic as a luxury thing, but I feel like massage is actually more of for me. It is part of my healthcare routine or my healthcare ritual, just as important, if not more important, than my routine dentist visits, my routine OBGYN visits, any routine medical visits. I don't go to the traditional medical doctor. I go to the integrative doctor because I like their train of thought better. But can you speak to that? Because I firmly believe that like massage is not for people that are, rich and looking for a luxury. It is really a true healing art.
No, absolutely. So in the last 15 years, I have been so interested in the human body and not only other people's human bodies, but my own experience in a human body. And I believe that it all starts with your muscles. It all starts with your nervous system. It all starts with if you aren't able to get into a rest and digest like state of being and relax your nervous system and truly just be a human, you're holding on to tension. And when you have tension in your body and when you have stress in your body, you're creating an environment to have diseases. You're creating an environment to get sick. You're creating an environment that's holding on to the stress and not allowing you to allow your body to do the healing that it needs to do. And I believe in my last 15 years that I found that the body goes to the same stress pattern. When you're going through stress and you're going through like things in daily life or even big traumatic events, your body, each body has its own stress pattern that it follows. And it normally starts with you're thinking too much, and then your eyes squint, and then your eyes squint, and then your neck is sore, and then your neck is sore, and then your shoulders go up, and then your shoulders go up, and then your hips get out of line, and then your hips get out of line, and your walking gets wrong, and then your gait is wrong, and then everything is thrown off. And we don't even realize that it's happening because there's so much stress going on in the outside world. And if you don't have 30 minutes, 60 minutes a month or every 2 weeks, or like to be, depending on how much stress you have in your body, to truly relax your body and release those tension points, it's going to cause dis-ease in the body, and you're going to be ill, you're going to be sick, you're going to contract illnesses more. And I truly believe that if you don't like work on the human body and relaxing your muscles and letting go of stress and letting go of trauma, then you're going to perpetuate into illness all of the time.
Completely agreed. Completely agreed. You know, I want to go back to something you said. You know, I love that you use the term dis-ease. And I'm just, did you get that from our office? Because actually, dis-ease is actually a chiropractic term.
No, I think I was
Actually,
a chiropractic in my last life.
I think you were. I think you were. I'm not kidding because you just you know, you just innately, you know, right off the bat, the first time you heard about what chiropractic truly is, because most people think chiropractors, you know, just for like massage therapists, you know, they think we're for aches and pains, you know. But it's just it's so much more. And I love Dr. Laura, you know Dr. Laura, obviously. I love Dr. Laura's one-liner. She said, if you use a chiropractor for just muscle pain or aches and pains, it's equivalent to going to a Starbucks and just ordering a water. Like you're not, you know, you're not getting full advantage of it. And I feel like the same is true for massage because there's a lot of science, there's a lot of data, there's now a lot of research out there that supports the fact that massage does play a huge role in the body's ability to heal itself. And I know there's a lot of research out there and data that show that the immune system goes up, the immune system gets boosted when after a massage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that is awesome. So let's go back to I had a question that I was going to ask you, and I totally forgot because I got off on the immune system tangent. But I think that that's so important that people understand that like this is not something. This is something that you can really, if you make it part of your routine, your weekly routine, or every other week. What do you recommend, Erin? I know probably everybody is different, but you
Yeah.
know, like for your average, you know, human, somebody who's you know, not doesn't have a disease process going on quite yet, but you know, obviously they want methods to heal without drugs or surgery. What kind of frequency do you recommend?
I It is different for every single patient or client, whatever you would like to call them. I have people who do weekly massages, and those people that I do weekly massages on, I'll see them on a Monday, and then the following Monday, it will be like I didn't massage them the week before, and they have had such a stressful week that they need me to come and help relax their body. And then I have people that come every 2 weeks, and a month will go by, and it will be just maintenance, the same massage, like very similar massage. We're just making sure that the body is relaxing. And then on that fifth week, or that fifth appointment, it's like, whoa, what happened? I asked a client recently who I see every 2 weeks, I said, did you start rock climbing? And he was like, no, why? And I was like, because something is different. Like something is different in your body. And he said, well, I just have a lot going on. There's a lot of stress in my family right now. It was the holidays. I have like a lot going on with my business. I'm just like really stressed out. And I was like, absolutely you are. I can feel it in your body, so much so that I thought you took up an extreme sport. So it is different for everybody, the amount of stress that you have, the amount that you're trying to relax. Some people have a hard time just relaxing on their own, and having somebody there to guide you and help your body hit that rest and digest part of relaxation is like pivotal for the health of each client.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And then so I have another question. And a lot of times patients will ask me, like, should I go to a massage therapist and like just get a certain area of the body worked on? And I kind of have, and I want your opinion on this, but I kind of have like a little bit of a issue with that because like you had mentioned a moment ago, this was my question actually that I picked up and I forgot for a moment. But you had mentioned a moment ago about like how the whole body is connected. And so, like, we have this stressful event happen, our scalp starts to tighten, our eyes start to squint, our neck starts to ache and tense up, and then it just goes all the way down like a chain link fence through our entire body. It's well, like even like their toes hurt.
Yeah.
So, what's your philosophy on like if somebody's just having like an issue in their neck or shoulder or an injury in their neck or shoulder? What's your philosophy on like just focusing on that area versus doing whole body focus?
So it's like that song, like the head bone's connected to the whatever bone.
Yeah.
Everything is connected. It's all one. And I think that this is a part of the reason why my massages have become so long, because I will spend 60 minutes on someone's upper back, neck, and shoulders. And then they still need the relaxation throughout the rest of their body. Like, just because you're having tension up here doesn't mean you can't have relaxation down at your toes. And that's why I feel like my massages are very different, because people are like, well, do you do deep tissue or do you do light pressure? And I'm like, well, where your knots are, I will be probably sending them to last Tuesday. But where your toes are and your calves, it will be very relaxing and just like letting go of stress rather than like really working and doing range of motion and stretching and all of that to help let go of whatever is stuck in the areas where you're holding on to things. So I think a full body approach is best.
Yeah, I'm in agreement too, but I was really curious about what you thought about that. And like to your point, I know that when I get massaged by you, and I don't always feel this with other massage therapists, but when I get massaged by you, to your point, I feel like the unwinding happening so that when something does release, then I'm like, okay, now my sacrum needs to release. Now, which I didn't even feel at the initial part of the massage, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, like I can feel that what you're trying to explain in my body when you massage me.
Yeah. It's like a specific pattern that I follow. I do, like, I feel like I start up here and then work my way down. And you have to you have to address the things that are really bothering the client first, and then the rest of the body. Like, a lot of people come in, they're like, I have this like right here. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm massaging them and they have this spot right here in their back, but it starts from down here in their lower lat and it's all connected. And I will be massaging like the leg and the glute and then somehow end up all the way at the shoulder. And it's all connected. Everything is one in the body. And you have to be able to fully relax the whole thing to get like the full experience of having a massage.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Now, what kinds of now I know, like, let's be clear to our audience. So, massage, just like chiropractic, it's not a treatment for disease. It's a way to enhance your body's ability to heal, your body's ability to function, your body's ability to be healthy, your ability to live at your optimum life. Um, so, but when people do start to heal, through the assistance of massage, what types of health benefits do people see?
A lot of releasing of toxins. So, in my 2 hour massages, people often get up in the middle of them and they're like, I have to pee. And I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
that's because we're letting stuff go. So, a
I
lot of
love
releasing of
that.
toxins, letting go of things that were stored in your muscles that you didn't realize you had. Um, a lot of releasing but in the spiritual aspect of it, a lot of releasing of trauma, a lot of releasing of energy that you didn't realize that you were holding on to. I have a good amount of clients who will start to talk in the middle of their massage and start releasing, like, my dog died, and start talking about that, or like, this
Mhm.
experience happened, and then they're like letting go. And as they're letting go, their muscles are also letting go. So, like, spiritually, they're letting go of trauma. Healthcare wise, sleep is better. You always have a better night's sleep after you get a massage. Your range of motion is better. Your ability to go to the gym and work out harder is better when you're pushing all the toxins through the muscles and letting them go, and your body's able to heal faster. Because you're relaxing and you're truly relaxing, your body doesn't heal unless you're in that state of relaxation, of rest. and digest. So when
Speaking
you
of
are,
digest, I notice when I get my massage, my digestion is better.
yeah, that's how I feel about chiropractic.
Yeah. You know, like
Every
run home
time.
after your adjustment.
Yeah. You're able to concentrate better. Like you're able to just function as a human being. You're able to deal with stress better. You're just able to be a human better.
I love that. I love that. Steal that. You're able to be a human better. Be a better human.
Human
I
better.
like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So now, are there any contraindications? Like, is there anybody that should not get a massage for any reason?
So if you're going through cancer treatments, they don't recommend that you, like, if you're actively going through chemotherapy, they
Okay.
don't recommend that you get a deep tissue massage. They don't really recommend you getting massages that are, because you're pushing everything through the body, right? You're pushing that medication through the body. You're activating things when you're doing that. Um,
Right.
so that is a like a red flag. But if you have a therapist that is trained on how to work with the body when you're on medications like chemotherapy or like stronger medications, then it's totally fine. There is professional massage therapists that are trained in that area.
Oh, wow.
Um,
I didn't know that. Are you?
oh
Are you?
yeah, am I? No, no. I took
Gotcha.
one course on breast cancer, so I
Okay.
am trained on breast cancer and the lymphatic system, but
Right.
I'm not formally trained in like
Huge
chemotherapy.
proponent of that, by the way.
What?
Of I want to make sure that this comes out okay for our audience. But I do believe that like these lymphatics and in the um like the armpit, all the lymph nodes, and they have to be drained. And I look, I'm speaking right now based off of no science that I know. I'm sure there's science and data out there about this. Um, if you're interested, go look it up and let me know what you guys find. But I just always felt in my heart of hearts that like the drainage of that lymphatic system would prevent breast cancer. And I'm not saying for my my disclaimer here, I'm not saying that it does. That was always my intuition. And when
Makes sense.
yeah. And so when Joe was alive, I had him I would always have him like massage all these like subclavicular lymph nodes and then all the axillary lymph nodes as well.
Yeah.
And I would have him do that often because I felt like that was a preventative measure, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure he enjoyed that.
Well, once again, I want to make sure this came out okay for our podcast, but because this could go really the wrong way. But yeah, okay. So for people who do have cancer and are on active treatment, you can seek out massage therapists that are specifically trained and certified in that area. You have a certification in lymphatic drainage in the like breast area for women, so that's really good to know. Is there anybody else that should avoid massage that you can think of?
That I can think of? No, I don't think so. It is, as long as you're not like drunk, drunk people, you should not get a massage
Mm,
if you're under the influence. Because I have had patients or clients come in hungover even, and because it just speaks to how much you're pushing everything through the body. But because
right.
you're pushing all the fluid through the body, all the toxins through the body, it ramps
Yeah.
up the functions of the body. So the kidneys start working, the
Mhm.
liver starts working, everything starts working quickly because it's being
Right.
forced through. I've had clients when I worked at spas be like, "Oh, I was out drinking last night," and I'll say, "You have to get up slow," and they'll get up too fast and then they'll fall over and they'll be like, "Oh my
Oh,
God, I feel drunk again." And I'm like, yeah, because
yeah.
you're forcing all of those toxins through your body. So it's not good to be using drugs or alcohol and getting
Mhm.
massage.
Yeah. I
It
could
just
see I could see that.
it just exacerbates the function of those
Yeah.
medications and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, it's speeding up the healing and the body wants to get rid of the toxin,
Yeah.
so the body's gonna work to get it out. That happened to me once too in chiropractic. I was taking care of a patient who is a lead singer and actually one of the local bands. I won't tell you who though. And his band was playing the night before and he drank like a bottle of whiskey or something like that. And I didn't know that he drank like a whole bottle of whiskey. and he came in for his adjustment the next morning and got adjusted, and his body went into this whole like, and I mean, ultimately this is good for him, it was healthy for him, but he started vomiting uncontrollably like the entire day, and he actually brought himself to the went to the hospital
Oh my
because he
God.
couldn't stop vomiting. And
Uh-huh.
then it was later on that he called me or whatever and said, Dr. Nicole, is this even possible? Like, is the adjustment that powerful that it caused my body to like completely detox? He goes, because total transparency, he goes, I must have drank a bottle of whiskey the night before. And I was like, well, first of all, what are you doing drinking a bottle of whiskey? Like, your body cannot handle that. And number two, like, yeah, absolutely. And it's not the power of the adjustment. This is important, you guys who are watching this podcast, is because this is really fascinating. It's not the power of the adjustment. It's not even the power of the massage. It's the power of your body. So your
Yep.
body has a magnificent ability to heal itself and regulate itself. And sometimes when the body is trying to detoxify, like Erin's talking about, or even just go through a healing, sometimes the symptomatology actually gets worse because it's the symptom, like in this guy's case, it's the vomiting, but it's the symptom that actually cured the problem.
Yeah.
And so if we could wrap our minds around that as Americans, because we're so taught the wrong thing. We're taught
Yeah.
that if you have
Cover the
symptoms,
symptom.
you're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's so wrong. If you have symptoms, yeah, that is an indication that something's going on in the body. And it is also your body's way of trying to heal itself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And even like on a spiritual level, your body, like you have to listen to your body. If it's having illness, if it's having like the dis-ease, it's your body being like, hey, slow down, listen
Yeah.
to me, I am going to make you slow down. And
Yes.
it will, because it wants to be in that homeostasis all the time, it wants to feel good, but it wants you to wake up and be like, hey, pay attention to me, I'm a human, like I want you to pay
Mhm.
attention to what's going on inside of here, inside this vessel, and I'm gonna make you throw
Mhm.
up if you don't.
Exactly. 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 And that's, we got to wrap up here in a couple of minutes because, as always, time with you always flies, by the way, which I think is just speaks to like how well you and I like vibe
Like,
together. But that's a whole topic for another podcast is, really diving deep into like how those symptoms are actually the cure for your body's dis-ease.
yeah, absolutely.
So very cool. All right. So as we get to the end of our episode number 2 in Back to Health, I've been wanting to do this, you guys, for like so long now, and I'm so grateful that just God opened up the space in my life to be able to do this and to help our community with the sole intention of just providing value for Stafford and our surrounding area, LBI and Barnegat and wherever this reaches. Um, so before we wrap up, Erin, is there anything else that you would want our listeners to know about you or about their massage therapy?
I always like to say, and I think that this makes sense to why I wore this shirt today, I think it all starts with love. Like, you have to love
Mhm,
yourself. You have to take time to
mhm,
make sure you're giving yourself the love that you deserve. And starting from there, waking up in the morning time and just loving yourself and going forward and taking actions that display that you love yourself, getting yourself self-care, making sure that you're taking care of this body that you live in, because we only get one of them. Like, this is our one body in this lifetime. We might have had other ones before, but this is your one body in this lifetime, and taking care of it and making sure that you are selfish and doing the things that make you feel good is going to make sure that you are living your highest potential, that you're going towards what you were put here to do. And you can't do that if you don't feel good. So schedule your
yep.
massage.
Preach it, sister, preach it. I love it. And I am scheduled, by the way. Don't
You
forget
are.
me next week.
Next week.
Next week, don't forget me. Okay, so amazing. So Erin, we will have like a little blurb, everybody, on how you guys can get in touch with Erin, but just want to Erin, just shout out what's the easiest or the best way for people to reach you?
Text message is easiest. If you call me, you'll get a voicemail that says, "Hi, thanks for calling. I'm probably with the kids or doing a massage. So leave me a message and I'll call you back as soon as I can." My phone number is 856-473-2121. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook is Erin Persia. My Instagram is unapologetically Erin Ann. And all the
Awesome.
regular places people contact people on this little
Great.
square that we're on.
Right? Can you just say your phone number one more time so people
It's
can write it?
absolutely. It's 856-473-2121.
That's easy.
Yeah.
2121.
2121.
2121, you guys, write it down. Get down. 2121. All right. On that note, we are going to say goodbye. We're going to wrap it up, and we will see you in 2 weeks with another guest for episode number 3. And guys, share this podcast with people that you love, care about, and know. All right, y'all. Thanks for a great time. Erin, thanks for a great time as always. See ya on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out with us on Back to Health. We hope today's episode gave you something useful to take away. Remember, your health is in your hands, and small changes can make a big difference. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this podcast with a friend who might need it. We're here for you every step of the way. See you next time.